Okay, and here we are once again on another episode of Wandering Stone Podcast. I believe this is episode 8, and I am here again with the one and only Ebenezer, who is in the middle of yawning, so I'm going to stretch this out so that he can speak again and not be interrupted. I shouldn't I probably said that he was yawning because he's not yawning actually. He was he was sitting there peacefully waiting for his cue card to pop up. So he wasn't yawning, guys, trust me. But
Dear
Ebenezer,
listener,
how's it going?
it's going good. I was just emoting, stretching, preparing for our dear listener to listen to us. It's going
Yes.
good.
Oh God, you guys have no idea how long we've been trying to plan this episode for to record. Like we've been sitting in our chairs probably for the last 2 hours planning to
Yep.
record this,
Yep.
and then it just hasn't happened yet. So now we're doing it for real this time, for reals.
Actually
This
live.
is what the people are going to hear, the dear listeners. Uh, so I'll just start off real quick and say that my week has been pretty all right. It's getting closer and closer to the festive season, festive times, and that's really it. I've gotten nothing on Pokemon TCG. I still play that. I haven't got anything cool recently. I think I got a Blastoise EX, but besides that, it's just like, nothing crazy. But I am excited for in my workplace, we're having a Secret Santa, and I think that's gonna be around Christmas time. We're gonna hand it out, and my gift for that person who is not gonna watch this, but I'm still not gonna name drop because I don't want to. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna say it. The GIF is really good. It's really, really good. In fact, I will say what it is, but I won't say who it's for. Because that'll solve my problem. Because they're never gonna
Yeah.
watch it, but I can tell the dear listeners what's happening. I got them a Dino Nuggy pillow,
Oh, that is really good actually.
right?
Yeah, where'd you find that?
So there I was in the back rooms with my friends late at night, and we stumbled upon a place called Spencer's.
Oh no.
So in Spencer's, we walked towards the fun section, and then we went left because we couldn't go towards the fun section too deep. And there was a bunch of different pillows and stuff on display. And I looked up, and then right next to the Kraft mac and cheese pillow was a Dino Nuggy. And I was like, "Hey, is this a Dino Nuggy?" And he's like, "Bro, that's pretty cool. It's literally a pillow. It's like a little fluffy pillow. It has those little like uh how do you describe it? Stringy hair, like stringy
Yeah.
fur, like the circle, like
Oh, Yarny?
curly yarn, I guess. Yeah, soft curly texture,
Yeah.
and it looks like a Dino Nuggy. And I was just like, I gotta get this because I know my coworker, when that person gets it, it's gonna be a good laugh. It's gonna be a great laugh. Who doesn't want a Dino Nuggy? So that's
I'm
that's been
glad. Yeah.
my update. Get yourself a Dino Nuggy.
Sounds really nice though.
Well,
Well,
what's your like, huh? What's your week been?
my week.
Did you want a smooth transition? Mr. Smooth Transition?
Now transitioning. So, my week. My week has been busy. First week of work at the new job, Spencer's, where you just purchase your stuff. I it's been all right. It's how it is for every like first week of your job. You're just trying to equilibrium your week. But other than that, you know, new job, new place, new people you don't like kind of vibe. It's all right for the most part. Other than that, I finished my this that was also my last week of school, and I was able to have my one-on-one with my teacher at work, and that was great, very positive. And of course, been playing a lot of PoE. I'm at the end of the high of playing a new game, and it's feel good. It's just been like a good normal week, like a solid 5. Nothing bad has happened, nothing amazing has happened, but everything's okay.
Well, a 5 out of 7 ain't bad. And
Yeah, I'll
also,
take it.
he means Path of Exile too. For those of you who haven't
Oh
heard of POV in
yeah.
the last 10 years, because this podcast is timeless, right? It's locked in right now. So if you say acronyms that don't have a explanation, they're not gonna know what POV2 stands for. It could mean like point of elephant.
Point at you, right?
I was gonna say
You
point
might
of
be
interest,
thinking
but interest starts with I.
there was what was I remember I typed in POV and something else came up. It was like some D&D game. It's like I don't know, Path of I almost just said Path of Exile.
Path of Exile 2. That's a good game. POV2.
I have to use acronyms. This is the gaming episode, everyone. All right, dear listener. I hope you have your controller in the car because it's only game references going
Yeah.
forward.
You better plug in your USB steering wheel because we took out your other steering wheel. You have to drive like this now. With the pedals.
You think you could drive with a GameCube controller as your controls?
A real life car?
Yeah,
How about
because
that?
you have no reaction time when you hold a controller.
Maybe you.
No, you.
Me?
Yeah, you.
What do you what?
I seen you hold a controller.
What do you mean? I'm like any number person. What are you talking about?
I don't know, just a little. You know what we should do? We need to play Mario Super Brothers, where it's like a four-person platformy jumping around getting the star thing. Then I could really test your skills. Because I feel like you're really bad with the controllers.
I started off a console gamer. What are you talking about? And also, I'm better platformer than you, remember? Because I played the Bloody Trapland and you got
That's
stuck.
different. You have patience.
What are you
That's not
talking
the.
about? That's basically playing Mario as a platformer.
That game has no skill.
That's not true. That's not true.
My cope.
Listen, you're better at fighting games than I am.
Yeah, you just gotta mash right.
Because there's no skill, right? That's what you're gonna say? And then I'll actually get killed for that because the fighting games community is actually like gonna hunt me down for that, which is a joke, by the way. Fighting games take a lot of skill.
Ah, you know,
But that's not the joke is I'm joking that it's not this. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna explain that joke.
it's already too late. They're coming after you. The bait worked.
No, I think they'll never find
Yeah.
me because I'm gonna hide away in like Animal Crossing, and they're gonna think, "Damn, that's too peaceful and calm." They'll get bored looking for me. They'll never find me. Animal Crossing.
I mean, that could be a good strategy. I feel like Animal Crossing has disappeared ever since COVID ended.
Yeah, I would say so. It definitely was relevant for its time because when people were stuck in the same place, they were like, "Let's just something chill together as a group," and then you did it
Online.
online.
Yeah, closest thing to Club Penguin we had. Well, dear listener, like Scott said, it's the gaming episode and we're talking about the most recent award show.
Yeah, as of this recording, that's pretty recent when this happened, like a few days ago, recent. So
Yes. So if you're listening in the future and there's time travel, comment what happened. Yeah. Cuz like I'm disregard that, dear
how?
listener.
What? Yeah,
I,
why? We already know the answers.
yeah, yeah. You probably in case you already know. But you
Like,
want to rehash, you want to rewatch the past.
no, I don't think that's a good idea.
Don't worry about it, dear listener. If you're in the future, you're watching this because this is your second rewatch.
Well, we're gonna review a little bit of what happened during the game review awards, game awards, so that you know what happens in the past from the future that you are currently in the present right now.
So don't Google it. Don't ask Alexa Prime. Just
But
watch this.
well, you probably should because we're not going to discuss everything because we're not technically the most gamers of gamers. We're sort of like casual gamers. So
Yeah.
we kind of jive with it and we don't go too deeply. So I feel like we can't really discuss certain topics as thoroughly as some other people. And that is why we are going to start off the list by going straight into the action, straight into the meat and butter and potatoes of this full course meal. And we're going to talk about the game of the year. So, the game of the year, there were 6 entries. It was Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elder Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor Re Fantasio. And they're all, I would say pretty diverse game selection, right? We got a little bit of JRPGs, a little bit of the Souls like quote unquote. I'm not sure how to describe that type of game. And then is Balatro like AFK? Not AFK. How do you describe
Uh,
Balatro?
Bala- Balatro is the
Card collection?
it no, it's the poker game. It's like poker, but with like Slay the Spire kind of situation. Roguelike, yeah. It's
Roguelike,
like
yeah.
poker, but it's a roguelike.
Okay. And
Which
then
I'm
Astrobot's
surprised
very
that
like platformer explory.
yeah,
See, we
that
don't even
one's
know
like
game
Super
terms.
Mario World. But honestly, cause like all the games were good, but there weren't like I don't do I feel like this game of the year was a kind of like milk because they put a DLC on there. The Elden Ring is a DLC. Final Fantasy is a remake of an old game.
True.
Metaphor is like Metaphor, Wukong, Balatro, and Astrobot are the only new ones. And I mean, they couldn't let Balatro win because it wasn't made by a company. It's made by one guy. I'm surprised Metaphor did. Nah, Metaphor is too niche. But yeah, Astrobot wins. Honestly, dear listener, you probably would like Astrobot because it just felt like it looked like watching Mario World, where you just kind of sorry, not Mario Galaxy. You know, you're just like going to different planets, doing random crap to like grab a star or something. He goes, I haven't played any of them. I only watched some gameplay. But I don't know. Have you played any of these?
Well, I just want to say that straight out of the bat, to reveal the winner, the winner is Astrobot. And
Surprisingly,
I only played Elden Ring and not like the DLC of it,
not the
just the default Elden
yeah.
Ring. And I watched gameplay for all the other ones, except for Balatro. So, I mean, Astrobot's cool. Had a lot of characters in it, a lot of exploration. Maybe people
That is
wanted to
true.
get a break from Call of Duty and Fortnite, so they just want to get something casual, something chill,
That
like
is true. But
Astrobot.
did you know that it's like the ratio of the voting is not even from the people?
Who's voting?
It's like it's a slew of companies. Like, and these aren't gaming companies. These are just like random companies that just have a lot of money.
Wait,
Like,
what?
yeah, me and my brother were talking about it, and it was like I kind of forgot that the Game Awards is like it's just curated ads for people who like games, but none of their choices really matter. That's why I wasn't really too interested in watching it. I just wanted to see the results.
But then why do people? Is it? Oh, okay. Well, that what?
Yeah, we have like a 10% voting strength for the audience. And so essentially the judges decide who wins, and then I guess if there's a tie between the two, the audience, hopefully the audience 10% splits the diff. If not, they just choose. They're essentially just choosing who wins.
I don't like that.
That's I know. It's so bad.
You just ruined this whole
It's
thing for me.
I know if it was by the people, it would be a lot more different of a vibe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn,
But
I thought the
surprise.
people loved Astrobot.
That's what I'm not sure about. I mean, people like playing it, but I don't know if I haven't really watched someone play the game. You know what I mean?
I
Like I've
have.
only watched gameplay. Like a streamer probably.
Yeah, I watched a streamer play it.
Wonder if it made a lot of money. Probably did. It probably did well. That's why I was surprised Bellatra didn't win.
Well, to be fair, Balatro did win a lot of categories. Uh,
Oh,
just to
did
peel back
he?
the curtain even more. How much
Yeah.
did they
Let's.
win? They labeled it somewhere. Balatro won 3, and Astrobot won 4.
Jesus.
So Astrobot won 4 out of 7 nominations, and Balatro won 3 out of 5 nominations.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. Astrobot won game direction. It also won. Let's see. Where's the other one? Where are the other
Um,
categories for Astrobot?
independent game.
Balatro. I mean, wait. Balatro won independent game?
Best independent game.
Oh, okay. No, that makes sense. I think it's the only independent game up there, actually.
Apparently, it also won best debut indie game and
Yeah.
best mobile game. This is a lot more than 3. You know, I'm trying to question this list.
Our source is nothing but truthful and accurate.
You know, actually, the future won't fact check this, even though I told them to. So they believe what we're saying is true.
Oh, of course, of course. Dang, Animal Well was in the running? I didn't even realize.
Yeah, I was sad when Animal Well didn't win because everyone loves Video Game Donkey. Yeah,
Oh.
big mode.
You know, that goes to show you, dear audience, so you might not know too much about Animal Well, but it was also another game made by one dude that took him like 5 years. I watched his whole like hour dev interview, and so he was telling the story how he was making it. And I didn't play the game myself. I only watched the gameplay because it's not my type of game at all. It's essentially little to no dialogue in the game at all. You're a blob moving around the world of a forest or jungle, solving like little puzzles. So it's like kind of platformery and has like really cool effects going on. And I thought, oh, this is cool. I can't believe one guy did this. Like he made everything from the music to the assets, and it was pretty complicated. So I was kind of like impressed. But damn, that's unfortunate. All that work, and he even got put on Nintendo too, because you can buy Animal Will on a Switch now.
Well, I mean, at least it got nominated, so still
Yeah,
recognized,
that's
but
true.
didn't win.
But dang, because Balatro won three,
Yeah.
Animal Will won none.
Yes, technically.
Damn, damn. Animal Well creator, if you're listening to this, I'm not shitting on you. I love you. Keep making more games, but Balatro should not win all three. This shit is corrupt.
Well,
What the
don't you
fuck?
think Balatro is more popular than Animal Well though?
It absolutely is, but it kind of makes me feel sad for like the kind of because like you could definitely see the two levels of effort. Well, not effort, I should say, but the two levels of like depth. Because Balatro is literally remember that old poker game you'd play in like middle school where
Yeah.
it's like you put it's like that. It's like that level of complexity, but then you add, hey, it's gambling. You know what I mean? So it's not really innovative. And Animal Well was like it looked and felt very innovative for a one person job. That's why I was hoping it would get more out of it. But I guess more people are just like, nah, it's unfortunate. Damn. Well, I mean, hey, can't win them all. I wish there was a category where it was just like people's choice. But I don't even know if people's choice is actually like the people's actual percentage, you know?
Well, doesn't People's Choice these categories of like who's on the list on the roster? Is that the whole point of it? But I don't know anymore because you
No.
said the companies control
The
everything.
company, yeah, the companies picked and choose everything. So that's why it's kind of like that's why I feel like there was no point watching it. That's why I watched the PC game show.
I
At least
mean,
it's just showcasing games. These
they had a
awards
lot
just
of
seem.
good next game trailers coming out soon. That was pretty good.
Oh, did they?
For the Game Award show, yeah, and they had Muppets. They had Muppets up there.
Again? Actually, I kind of want to see that. I missed that.
Yeah, the Muppets were killing it. They were just like trash talking everyone.
I should have watched it, but I also did they show the trailer for GTA 6 by any chance?
Uh, I don't remember there being a trailer, but it was voted for as the most anticipated game for next year.
Oh my God, what a
Yeah.
freaking jerk off! All right,
Well, this is a category that you can probably get behind, which is best
well,
fighting
dear
game.
listener. Oh, okay, let's see.
All right, best
Who's
fighting
the winner?
game. You have Tekken 8, Grand Blue
Bruh, you're
Fantasy
joking.
versus Rising, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Marvel versus Capcom, the fighting collection, that kind of stuff, and multiverses.
Dear listener, I'm rubbing my forehead in confusion because Tekken 8 is bad. Tekken 8 is actually bad. Now, dear listener, hear me out. You're probably going home to play Tekken 8 right now, and I'm gonna tell you you should fucking toss whatever you're playing it on,
Damn.
and I'll explain to you why Tekken is bad. All right, Tekken was good, and then Tekken 8 came out, and it just fell off hill because there was nothing new at all, except for what a shinier polish on the graphics. Nothing new, nothing innovated compared to Street Fighter. When they pulled out, it was like at least it was like a whole new spin to it while still keeping it alive. And so one big thing I kind of noticed, me and my brother, we talk a lot about fighting games, and he's super big into it. Is that a fighting game is enjoyable because you can watch someone play it and still have a good time. I watch Tekken, and I'm just thinking like, what the fuck's going on? And someone will die within like an 8 to 10 hit combo. But when I watched, like, I was surprised Dragon Ball Sparking didn't win because I could watch Dragon Ball Sparking for an hour straight because you don't really know who really wins unless it's like a cheese team, and then a lot of the time it's just like kind of fun gags how people beat each other. But man, Tekken 8, this is how you know it's company fixed, bro. And Tekken 8 is doing really bad this year too. Their DLCs they put out was kind of meh. They put out another Final Fantasy character as their next DLC character. No surprise. But yeah, dear
Well,
listener, don't play Tekken 8. Wait for Tekken 9.
okay. Um, Well, Tekken 8
Man,
did
that boils
win,
my blood.
which is why he did rant about why he didn't like Tekken 8. But
Sorry, dear
I
listener.
will say I remember play people playing Tekken in college and watching everyone doing a combo, and then you just can't play the game. And I guess people enjoy that because people can do the combos and stuff. And I'm not a big fighting person game wise, so I can't really have too much input. But I do think that Tekken is more popular than Dragon Ball because Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is, well, technically Dragon Ball hasn't had a fighting game in a very long time, right? So you had like Mortal Kombat and Tekken and Street Fighter. I'm kind of surprised Street Fighter's not even on there, to be honest with you.
It's because it won last year.
Oh,
It would
okay,
have just won again. Because
okay.
Tekken, yeah, Street Fighter, yeah, the concurrency is just too well done.
So
And going through
I
the
don't have
current
much two
charts,
cents to put into this, but I do think that Tekken 8. I hear that it's apparently bad according to you, so I'll believe you. Yeah.
okay. I want to see what the current Steam numbers are now, because I bet they match each other.
Yeah, pull it up.
Let's see. So right now, Tekken 8, the current is at 6,500 essentially, and their last 24-hour peak was 8,000, and their all-time was 50,000 people who've ever played the game. Oh, sorry, no, all-time peak is 50,000 in the past 11 months. I want to see. Wait, let me just check for all. Oh no, no, yeah, their peak is 48,000 who's ever played the game. Now, Dragon Ball Z Legends all-time peak 122,000. Inside the current like it's current right now, it's only 1,000 people less, and the 24-hour peak, same amount, 5,000 people,
But didn't Dragon Ball come out sooner, so you can argue that like, or more earlier? I
because it's
mean,
it's newer.
recency bias thing.
Well, Tekken just releases characters. That's how they keep their relevancy. But that wouldn't change your all-time peak, because your all-time your highest number count will usually be when the game launches.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
But I didn't know it's for Tekken. It was only 50,000. That's kind of crazy. That's super low for Tekken
Well,
being yeah, damn.
I
Let me
will
see Tekken
say
7.
a good category is best multiplayer game, which was Helldivers 2, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8, and Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2. And the winner was Helldivers 2. You know, uh,
Naturally.
really good that Helldivers won something because Helldivers, even though they had the ups and downs with the community, with the whole like Sony PSN stuff and the nerfs and stuff, it's still a really good game. And they dropped a trailer the day of the game show talking about the new third party that we're going to attack now, the aliens, whatever, which I haven't tried out yet. But I see you can drive a car, and I'm kind of curious how the gameplay is. And we'll probably get to it eventually. But Helldivers 2 is a good game, regardless.
I do agree with that. Helldivers 2 is really fun to play with people. I didn't know you could drive in this new one. I didn't know there was. Maybe I gotta watch the trailer for the new. Cause I've not been keeping up with the trailer count.
It was really cool because in the actual show, they had the guy from the cutscene, like in the very like intro, like Sweet
Oh, it
Liberty
really came
guy.
on stage?
He was there in full cosplay, and he's like, "Citizens of Super Earth, I have an
Oh,
emergency announcement." And then he showed the video, he did the salute, and we're all just like, "For democracy, baby! That's
what's
right.
up?
We're gonna
What up?
defend our nation."
Maybe I need to watch the. I need to watch the recording. That actually sounds really cool.
Helldivers 2 also won Best Ongoing Game, and they were in competition with Destiny 2, Diablo
Makes
4,
sense.
also known as D4, and
Also
Final
known as
Fantasy
D4
14,
bad.
and then Fortnite. What was that about D4?
You know, D4 bad.
D4 bad? What's wrong with D4?
Oh, you don't know. So, dear listener, you probably play Diablo. I play Diablo, and I'm sure, dear listener, in the future, your grandpa probably is going to tell you about Diablo, and he'll just say D4 bad. And so essentially, Diablo has just like been a shit. It's like just been a shit game ever since it came out. Like it just they were just constant big L's, big mistakes they made left and right. And at the same time, while they were making these big L's, Path of Exile announced Path of Exile 2, and it just looked better. And the problem is Path of Exile is free and Diablo is $80. So everyone's like,
80
huh,
bucks?
yeah, because everyone early accessed it because they're like, oh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. And so you bought it and you did not have as much fun as you hoped, and it was very lackluster. Like that was the most unfortunate. Like the cutscenes and the cinematics, great. They're like money level, you know. Like I enjoyed the cinematics a lot. The storytelling, like I enjoyed that a lot. Outside of that, I was just trying to complete the game. I didn't even care anymore. And a lot of people had the same vibe. And then Path of Exile finally came out, and then it just made D4 even look even worse because D4. So each season they do like a thing called a fire chat. The devs come out and they say what's gonna happen for the game, their plans, and like the next coming stuff up. And each fire chat, it's just like they're the well, as they're streaming it, you see the chat just going like, "Bruh, D4 bad. What do you mean you're nerfing this? D4 bad. Why didn't you just add this in? D4 bad, you know?" And it just became a thing. Where it was just everyone was just like, "Yo, D4 bad," you know? Essentially, they had their numbers aren't looking really good. They're not making a lot of money because the game is optimized for cosmetics very heavily. And people are like, is there why do I have to pay cosmetics when I paid $60 to play your game? Then they go, "Hey, look guys, we know we're not doing great. So the DLC, we're adding a new character, new area." Everyone's like, "Oh, great, this looks good." And then they go, $40.
Oh,
What? $40? And then at the same time, Path of Exile 2 is like, guys, so we're gonna do 6 characters, and the game's gonna actually 12 characters in total. Infinite option for builds, and they go, and the game's free. It stays free, and everyone's like, the skins totally cosmetic if you want them. The game itself is free, and it was like, okay, great. And you play a 25% of Path of Exile, and it's more content than their DLC than Diablo's DLC. It's a bad time. It's a bad time for Diablo right now. And then Blizzard had to cut employees. Like they're not making money. Like they fire like 25% of their staff. Woof. It's a tough time out there.
dang! I didn't know it was that bad. Jeez.
Yeah, I watch a lot of game news. And I watch like Bellier news, and he just talks about game company crap. But yeah, dear listener, maybe Diablo gets better by the time you're listening to this. And if that's the case, I hope I'm playing with you. but but yeah, they're not doing very hot for the past 2 years.
Because I have in the very beginning, I had heard that DA4 was gonna be very good. Like it's gonna be the talk of the town, and then
Yeah.
I guess all the hype just died as soon as the game came out. But apparently no, it's because the
Yeah.
game came out and then it sucked.
Yeah. It really did. Like there were so many weird things that you thought like, why did they do this? Like they there was like maybe 8 bosses in the entire campaign. That's it.
Wow.
And it was so weird because in the beta of the Path of Exile I just played, there's over like 25 to 40. And that's like 25% of the game,
Yeah, and it's only 4 classes right as of right
right?
now, and it's
Exactly,
still
yeah.
an open beta.
Right, and I'm just kind of like, dang, dude. Yo, and it just made Diablo look like the kid who didn't do his homework. That's essentially what it did. And
Oh.
so I feel bad for them. Like if Path of Exile didn't come out this year, Diablo could at least saved grace because no one could go to anything else that was ARPG related. But damn.
Well, it's a good thing D4 came out first, so that they still had some input into the scene. So that
That
when
is very
PoE
true.
2 came out, they were like, "Oh, this is you but better."
That is very freaking true, man. Because I when I got the Path of Exile I bought it only for the day release because I wanted to see the numbers and get the Twitch drop because I wanted some skins. And it was at 1 million players. It was at 1 million players. So when you tried logging in, the servers were down because there's too many people trying to get in,
I heard
and it
about
just
that.
felt good. It just felt good being part of the wave of people who are crashing, and you're just like, ah man, had to be there.
No, I get that though, because when I was playing Fantasy Star Online 2, it
Yeah.
got ported into PC. So it's before it was a very like region locked thing, and then about like 20, oh god, when was this? 2019? No, not 2019. Much later than that. No, 2018, 2017, something like that.
Yeah.
Somewhere around that time in the past. And I remember waiting in queue too to play the game because the launcher wasn't working because there were so many people trying to get into the game. They only had 3 available servers, I believe, and it was just completely full. Couldn't do nothing. And then when they updated it to NGS, Fantasy Star 2 NGS, I forgot what NGS stands for, but it's okay. My future self can fix it. And by future self, I mean the future viewer will look up the actual definition of NGS, not me right now. And they made so many new servers, but by that time, no one was playing Phantasy Star Online 2 anymore. PSO2 was like completely back to what was back in the day, like dead. Only a few servers were populated, but like you don't need like 20 servers anymore. You can only fill up maybe 3 or 5. So yeah, what people would do is you would go into servers that had people on it just to experience people. But then if you wanted to be alone, you just go on your own server because they have a actual world server, and then it's only maybe like 13 people on there or just you.
Oh my god.
It was very sad. It's a great game, but you know, I play
What was
different.
the appeal of it for you?
It's PvE. You just fight monsters.
Uh,
So imagine playing Monster Hunter with the skill tree of playing World of Warcraft on the bottom. So like get all those skills on the bottom.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's different weapons you could pick. And mine was Gunblade, which they got rid of in NGS, which kind of sucks. Because Gunblade has 3 different modes of gameplay style. There's like attack mode, where you get these floating Doritos triangles around you that does damage. You have long distance defense mode, where you shoot out a wave of energy so you can hit things from far away. And then you had the what was the third mode? I think it was like the middle of the both. So it was like a little like speed mode basically, where you just attack really fast. And you had to upgrade. You had in PSO2, you had to attack in certain combos because there's a circle indicator that goes like a beat game. So if you miss the combo, you miss your timing, and so you don't have the universal cooldowns and stuff correctly. And
Damn.
each different game style of what weapon you picked, depending on which type of beat game you're basically playing for the combos. I remember practicing those combos because in order to activate the triangle Doritos, you have to do a certain input and then it activates. But you can't just spam it out like with the other game styles.
Okay. Sounds like actually a little hard.
To be fair, if you're like a brand new player, Gunblade isn't a very beginner friendly class because of that. But
Okay.
if you as soon as you get that one method down, then you're just like, all right, you got it, you're locked in. Because then you can switch between each class and do each combo effectively. Because that's the best part about PSO2. You can switch between all 3 of those weapons mid combat. So you can different change your playstyle depending on how much health you have, depending on where the boss is and stuff.
I see.
And
Huh.
then PSO2, like NGS, they kind of fixed a little bit of that because they kind of combines weapon skills together. So if you want to be like a fighter who uses a sword or a bow, you can actually interlock those weapon classes together. So it automatically switches weapons while you're fighting. You just have to manually input the like tech tree to what skill you want to use during the combo. So you can probably look up a guide and find out which attack leads into what attack to get the most optimal output. Well, I didn't do
Yeah.
that, so I didn't touch it. But besides besides PSO2, the actual Game Awards, like we were discussing,
Yes, yes, the Game Awards. Yes.
yes, that thing we're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yes, that thing.
Yes, there was some games that were coming out, such
Yeah.
as Slay the Spire 2 and Dave the Diver in the Jungle, which is basically Dave the Diver 2. Those are 2 new games. Sounds pretty fun.
You think you'll buy it?
Uh, there was also what was that one Korra? Kiora?
Oh yeah. Korra, the Terraria-like looking game.
Yeah, it looks like a Terraria type of game, but like Maple Story esque. If that makes sense.
You think? Yeah. Well, it depends if they let us build.
That's true.
I did not like Maple Story.
Apparently, you want to do rematch. Wait, what?
Rematch? Yes. So it was a trailer. The trailer it looked like soccer essentially. Now hear me out, dear listener. All right. If you're not a person who likes FIFA, then I think you might like rematch because I don't like FIFA, but I like soccer, and so it's like
American
it just
football.
yeah. How do I describe? It just looked like the Rocket League of regular soccer. Like there is no like Super Mario like you're doing a special ultimate kick, but like you can do fancier kicks and stuff. And that's what I kind of liked about it because it's just kind of like low key, still can do kind of like flashy moves while playing actual soccer.
So not like
Because
Blue
I'm
Lock, the anime.
yeah, because I've been dousing down Blue Lock. People have been hating on the animation. Hear me out, guys. animations in the mind. Right? Right? These are all pictures. I
uh,
know. Hear me out. These are all fucking pictures, bro. Animations in the mind. Right? It's an illusion. They're just moving. But like I don't know. The thrill of like a sport game has been very low. I bought a soccer game a while back and I wanted something that was like flashy. So I bought an anime soccer game. It was like Captain Tsutsuba.
yeah,
I
yeah.
never watched the anime.
Captain Tsubasa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I never watched the anime. I played the game and I was like, "Oh man, this is awesome." And then after an hour, I was like, "All right, I want to return this game."
he's very he's very popular in Asia. So yeah,
I
I
imagine he has to be
yeah, he's very popular over there.
but I will say the game was fun. I did actually have fun.
You know,
I
the last
just
sports game I played was that stupid like Madden versus football in the arcade that we did.
oh, that was fun though.
Yeah, it was, but it was an arcade
Yeah.
machine. That's the last one I played.
Was it fun because it was an arcade machine?
It was fun because we won. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys did win. I don't know how
uh,
you guys knew how to do it.
it's because Justin. We played with Justin and James basically. It was Justin, James, Ebenezer, and I. It was a four-person arcade machine. And as you can imagine, four buff dudes are crowded one against one machine to play and press the buttons. Looked like we were gonna take the machine and run away with it. But we were Justin's a natural because he has Madden like 2000 whatever it was, and he plays that back in the day, so he's good at that. He knows what he's doing. And thankfully, I was on his team, so I just let him do everything. But to be fair, you guys
That's
were
good.
catching on towards the middle end.
We were. We just had to figure out how to steal. How to steal and yeah. That was actually surprisingly fun.
But
We should play more sport games.
more sports games?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, mix it up. Maybe we try Rocket League.
Isn't Rocket League dead?
Is it? I don't know.
Because they took it away from didn't they take it away from Epic stores or like something like that? I don't know what happened to Rocket League, but something happened to it, which I'm not gonna look up because the dear listeners will look it up in the future, in the past, and in the present, we
Of
listen to it.
course. But
Unless
to
you're
the
that,
effect of the award games.
huh?
To the effect of the award games.
To go back to that,
Yeah. Where are we? We're talking about sport games?
I mean, we could talk about sports games. That was the only sports game on the list technically.
Because I don't know any other really ones besides Rocket League. I mean, do you? Actually,
Mm,
wait, no, I do know a few, but they don't really. Sport games have been very weird. Have you heard of the one Knockout?
no.
It's like dodgeball. 3v3 dodgeball. But the dodgeballs can have little superpowers.
Okay.
That's it. That's the entire game. That's the entire game.
Okay, so 3v3 dodgeball.
Besides that, I don't know any actually other sport games that aren't like EA sport games.
Hey, look, like
I
in
don't
the
play those.
categories of the Game Awards show that we just are trying to review right now from 2024, it
Yeah.
says EA Sports FC 25, F1 24, NBA 2K25, Top Spin 2K25, WWE
Oh, that's golf.
2K24.
I think top spin is golf.
Top Spin's golf?
I think so.
Top Spin can mean a lot of things. Because, you know, when you put top spin on the ball, it spins differently.
It's not ping pong, I'll tell you that much.
A lot of sports. A
Fair. Fair.
lot of ball sports.
All ball related.
But, like,
FC
I don't know any of
Fighting
these
Champion?
games. Why? I think I know what they are. I just haven't played any of them because I don't really care about them.
Yeah, I just feel like we're not their target demographic.
Yeah.
I feel like if you like watching sports, you just play sports.
But you know, else is a really cool game that's coming out?
What?
Project Robot. I'm sure you didn't watch the trailer for this, but
I
Project
did not.
Robot is from the creator of Shadow of the Colossus and The Last Guardian.
Oh,
So it's either
the
going
two
to be
games I want to
like
play.
Shadow of Colossus good, or it's going to be like The Last Guardian jank.
Was Last Guardian good? Because I wanted to play and it looked cool, but
I mean, from what I saw on YouTube, it was just very janky. It
huh.
was one of the times where the vocal controls were kind of like you know, like the AI wasn't just like able to come here when he wanted to come here, and then when
Uh,
he did want to come here, it did, but in a very weird way. So he just make you fall.
sounds like the AI wasn't fully fleshed out yet.
It was before our times.
Before our times. You know what game I for the announcement I did thought was gonna be cool. The Project Century.
What's that one?
It looked like kind of like a Yakuza kind of game. It made me think of Yakuza and you remember Street Dogs? Or not Street Dogs, Sleeping Dogs?
Yeah, Sleeping Dogs. Yeah.
It made me think of that. And I really liked the character's build. He made me think of you if you were taller and you were put in a bottle.
No, continue. Continue.
Because like I was watching the trailer and I was like, yo, hey yo, beat me up, bro. This guy's cool.
Don't you know I'm the reference? I got scouted one day when I was walking down the street, and they're like, "Man, that guy's neck is really weird.
They
How's he
fucking
do
took your
that?"
image, bro. They fucking stole your silhouette and they just made this guy. Oh man, but I thought it was pretty cool and I just kind of like, you know what? It's a Yakuza like without it being Yakuza. Sign me up.
Yeah, they're
So I
making
actually want to see that.
the game called New Virtua Fighter.
That looked good too.
Yeah,
Oh, what does it remind you of? Because it makes me think of one of those movies that we watch, those kung fu movies. I can't put a name on it though.
I thought Ryan of Yakuza to be completely frank, which
Really?
yeah.
I was thinking of Ip Man.
Well, I guess I could
Maybe
see
this
that
is the
too.
setting.
Yeah, I was thinking more of a game than movie, but I will. Oh, there's Project Century. Oh, I see what you're talking about now. Yeah.
It's just like your picture.
It's me with a samurai sword. You know, back in 1915, where I was.
Oh, it's your ancestor, dude.
You know,
I will say the trails were good.
they were pretty good. How do you feel about Borderlands 4? 'Cause that was also announced.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even know until Friday at work. My coworker was like, "Yo, you play Borderlands?" I was like, "Yeah, of course." What the fuck? What kind of question is that? We work at Spencer's, and
He's like, "You like jazz?" Like, obviously.
he shows me the trailer, and it looks so good. I I know Borderlands has betrayed our faith. You know, it did us wrong in Borderlands 3. And how did you like the D&D one? I forget its name, but
Oh, Tiny Tina. So
yeah.
I've only played Borderlands 2 and Tiny Tina, and I've watched gameplay for all the other ones. So I kind of know
Oh,
how it is, but I don't know how bad all the other ones are, because I only played the best ones, which is Borderlands 2.
that's true.
And then Tiny Tina was just like, I don't know, a shooting game we played at the time. So
Yeah, it was like okay. It wasn't like nothing like, whoa, we got to go back for more.
yeah, for sure.
But I have hope. I think my coworker thinks the same thing. Like this is their last dive attempt because they also just did their Borderlands movie not too long ago, and it flopped,
Ah,
horrendously flopped.
yeah.
So they're losing money. And so if this game does not do good, this is probably the end of Borderlands. Because I thought a lot of the newer Borderlands game was like a little wokish. And now, hear me out, listener. I'm no bigot with a pitchfork and a hankering for burning people. But if I hear the words like, and she wants to be a woman more than 3 times in a cinematic, I'm gonna be like, yo, bro, let me just shoot someone. I need I came here to game and like I don't mind some story, but don't force it to me, you know? Let me like small bites, you know? Small bites.
I I
Listen,
highly doubt that's gonna be in Borderlands 4. I
I
can't
hope yeah,
imagine the universe of Borderlands 4 doing that, unless you get to shoot
it's
that person in the head afterwards.
dude, it's because they also do a series of Borderlands where it's like Telltale games.
Yeah, Telltale Games. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And I know the last one was also not received very well because the story was very bleh and very um like world narrative. Like like it's like narrative from our real life, not from the game world. So it just made it kind of like, I don't want to see politics in the game I'm trying to fucking play, you know? Which I totally get. Like, if I want politics, I'm playing Helldivers, you know? That's kind of like the
yeah.
extent of how much I want you in my game.
Damn.
So I totally get it. But I don't know. It honestly depends on the story because people like the gameplay. I enjoyed the gameplay. It was just only the story that turned me off.
Well, I'm gonna wait for the game to come out, see how people like it before I get it, because considering how I was gonna get Borderlands 3 until people said not to get it, so I figured
Yeah.
it might be safe just to wait. That's
No,
my
I think so.
take.
I think the day, like the age of buying pre-order games is over. Every game promises the sky and gives you a lot of shit.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah,
But they also
but
announced The Witcher 4. That looked really cool, dude.
I don't trust cinematics, but it did
No,
look
I'm
very
not talking about
amazing.
gameplay. I'm talking about
Yeah,
cinematic.
it looked fucking beautiful.
You know the best part of that? Did you watch cinematic?
Yeah, I did. That was actually the one I did watch when she cleaves the fucking beast head off. Oh,
Yeah.
and the chains sizzle on his skin. Ugh.
I love how I was watching a streamer watch that trailer, and the chat was
Yeah,
like, "Oh, that person that's being sacrificed is gonna die when she gets sent back." And then
yeah.
she did get killed, or she did get unalived. And I just love the dialogue where the villagers are like, "We had to do it to protect ourselves from the monsters." And then the lady, I don't know her name, but the lady, what's her name? In the
I think it's Cece or no
CL? Siri?
Siri. Yes.
Yeah, then Siri's like, "You don't know monsters." And
Yeah.
then I was really hoping she'll be like, "You don't know monsters until you see one." She draws her sword, and I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, violence, let's go." Mind you, I don't know anything about the Witcher series. All right, I know they deal with like ghosts or something, or monster like mythical beasts and shit. But other than
Oh,
that,
brother.
I don't know anything about the Witcher series.
So look, you just played Warhammer, and I can't believe you don't know nothing about the Witcher series, my guy. So I also there's man, I gotta show you some Warhammer stuff later. But the TLDR for Witcher, at least from how I remember it, is so it's kids. They take kids and they do kind of like a Warhammer like training situation. You know, train kids into be killers. And then at the ripe age of whenever their balls drop, they give them like experiment X. You know, some juice they cooked up in the lab,
Uh-huh.
and it either kills the kid because they're not strong enough, or the kid lives through it because like the training, like he's the 1%, and the 1% become the Witchers. And the problem is, you take the serum, you can't have kids anymore, but you can kind of do magic. You can heal. You have like a little bit of an X factor, so you can heal a little, you know, things like that. And your hair turns white. So every Witcher has white hair, and so that's kind of like their full dish. And then since this is Witcher 4, it might be going off of what happens off of Witcher 3, which I can vaguely remember. In Witcher 3, it's been so long. All I remember was slapping, like you were clapping one girl's cheeks, and then you were trying to like have a daughter.
I say
So
less.
I would say 10 out of 10. You got the guy. You got you got the audience you're looking for. Dear listener, play it, dude.
Yeah, you had me
It's
at
such a
clapping
good dark
cheeks, all
fantasy.
right?
It was good, but I'm excited to see what happens. Oh man, Witcher
Uh,
4.
just to do a little bit of rapid fire
Oh
stuff.
yeah, shoot 'em.
Split
Stick
Fiction's
2.
coming out from the
Oh,
same
Split
creators
Fiction.
as It Takes Two and No Way Out. It
What you
looks
think
really
of that
good.
one? Mm.
Gotta love that.
You think you'll
Uh,
play it?
I didn't play it, but I watched the gameplay, and because of that, I can tell you it looks really good. They got
Oh
that
wait,
Turkov
mm,
Origins.
Tarkov Origins. Do I
Yeah,
remember that one?
it's a classic Nintendo 64 first-person shooter.
Oh, I saw that one. I didn't like that too much.
And then they got Warframe 1999, which is
If you play
basically Tenno
Warframe,
without a mask. I don't know what to say.
yeah.
It's like completely different.
Look, if you play Warframe, you play Warframe, all right? Dear listener, that's that's the truth.
But the real bread and butter is the
I need.
Okami sequel, dude.
I knew you were gonna bring this up. So what? Did you play Okami 1? Because I didn't understand.
Nope.
What's the hype? No. What's the hype behind this Okami 2?
Okami is a beloved game, and people have been waiting for a sequel since like the Wii, and has not got a sequel at all. Now it's finally getting it. I I watched a little bit of the gameplay back in the day, but I don't really remember it because I didn't watch the full stuff. I just remember people always giving high praises to Okami.
Okay.
Also, Palworld got an update, which you don't really care about. Soul
Well, look.
Leveling has a game. You know, you like Soul Leveling.
No, I don't. I don't.
You love Soul Leveling.
I don't like anime games of shows and movies that we watch because it's always wet bread, and I like bread, but
Okay, thanks. Well, as a non-enjoyer of wet bread as well, there's also I just don't want to. I don't want to argue about anime games right now. I'm going down the list.
Scott looked in my
This
eyes
is
and he
the
just saw the fire behind it, and he's like, "I can't fight his soul. He's too far gone."
this is the speed lightning round. I can't discuss a political topic with you. We love anime here. We love anime. This is why my first recommendation for episode 1 was Hololive, a VTuber, because we
Of
love
course,
VTubers here also.
we we love VTubers,
We
don't
love,
we?
yeah, yep, yep.
Hmm.
Say it with your chest, say it with pride. Oh god. Yeah, speaking of that, there's Dungeon Fighters Arad, the new ARPG from Nexon.
uh, Nexon.
All right, well we lost you. It's okay.
Well, you know Nexon.
I do. I do know
Yeah, they make
Nexon.
you spend money.
But also, besides a bunch of updates for like Genshin and Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone Zero, also known as
Yep.
ZZZ, there's
ZZZ.
also Infinity Nikki.
Is that the game with the booty and the guns?
No. Infinity Nikki is like a very chill platformer game where you dress up the girl, the anime girl.
And you platform?
Yeah, yeah. From what I've been told, it's okay to like this game. And the only reason why I haven't played this game is because I don't
Okay,
feel like downloading it on my computer right now. But I will do it eventually. So I just want the record to know that
hold
it's.
up. Hold the phone.
Well, you want me to
I gotta
explain why
find a
it's okay?
picture. Yeah, yeah.
So the reason why it's okay is because technically, quote unquote, according to people, it's a very like girly game. Because all you're doing is getting cosmetics to dress up your anime girl to traverse the world and like, do farming simulator and collect resources and
I
shit.
see.
So it's not very like action packed like Sun Wukong and you're not going to slaying gods and mythical beasts.
Well, I mean, she has to hit someone, right?
Very chill. It's a
Nobody?
very chill game.
Okay.
So yeah, just so you know. All right, that was a speed round. How do you feel about the speed round? Anything to say?
I think you highlighted some of the games that you liked a lot. I think for me, you probably highlighted the same games I would have because I don't know. I don't think there was anything like crazy new and out there besides those, you know?
Yeah. I
Like,
mean,
yeah, not like crazy picture fiction. I would like
basically.
to shout out the PC games. I can't remember all of them, but the one game I liked that impressed me that was not given enough showtime was called Alters. Check it out. It's literally about a guy on a fucking planet, kind of stuck there, and since he needs more people to function the spaceship, he pretty much found this material where he can clone himself. But he clones an alter of himself. So there's like a gay version of him. There's a version of him who's like a neat freak. There's a version of him who's like really sporadic, you know?
Oh.
And
Okay.
yeah.
I
And
thought
you
he
have
was
to
gay
like
just because he was gay.
no. It's all like it's like he somehow when he makes the clone, they have his same lifetime, but he alters something in their past, which like alters their entire personality, like
Hmm.
choosing if he goes to college or not. So there's one version of him that went to college and is like a brainiac, and the other one that didn't go to college and he's like a burnout, who's like, yeah, working at the mill is a pain in the ass, but you know, it's
Damn.
so good. It looked so amazing, and I was like, "This is innovation, baby! I can't wait for it."
Dear listeners, this has
Dear
been our
listener.
quick TLDR run through of the Game Awards 2024. We didn't go through everything because, like I said, you probably should look up yourself. But
Yeah,
this is a little bit
naturally.
of the highlights that I kind of wanted to say, and a little bit of what Ebenezer wanted to say. Because I don't know. There's probably other stuff he wants to say, but I'm not gonna say it. He's not gonna say
No,
it.
I no, I just rant. It's okay, dear listener. I'm glad you listened to my rant, or at least fast forward through
This was the
it.
rant. This whole episode was the rant. Just real quick, I'm gonna name drop a game real quick. If I can find
Bring
the
it.
title.
All right.
It's
Loading.
it's the one with the sword. You know that one with the sword?
Loading. Is it Craven the God thing? That anime warlord looking?
No, but before the sword one, Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, people are giving a lot of shit to that one because they don't like the main character. But
Really?
Onimusha, Way of the Sword, that's a quick name drop. I'm not going to talk about any of
Onimusha.
those.
Let's see.
And so, with that note of the quick summary of it all, we're gonna get into the
Yes.
recommendations.
Recommendation time.
Yeah. Um, It's not a game that I'm recommending. This is actually an animated series on YouTube. Because even though this is the gaming episode, I didn't want to recommend a game. There's too much games today, you know? You gotta
No, that's a
watch
good palate
something.
cleanser. Yeah.
So, this is a old YouTube channel, and by old, I mean like 8 years ago old, of this recording of 2024. And it's called GeoEXE. And the animation series is called Gwain Saga. GWAINSAGA. It's sort of like a pixel voxel like animation, but it pays homage to a bunch of fighting games back in the day. And the fighting animation just looks so good. I don't know how he does it, bro. But you see those squares and how it looks like 8-bit, not 8-bit, but those pixel graphics, and it just works. And all the characters have life. Even if you don't watch the Gwain Saga, you watch his like default animations about random stuff. All his characters have personality, and I really love it. The problem is that he hasn't produced content in a very long time because I don't know what they're doing. He or she. I'm assuming it's a guy. It's really good though. Gwain Saga. I was really tempted to cosplay as the main character dude,
Yeah.
but the problem is that the main character dude has a V visor, and as you know, in anime V visor standards, how do they attach to their face? Like they don't attach it to the behind their ears. It just connects to their face.
No, I think it's the you ever see the like the glasses with no arms where it's
Yeah,
like the middle part is like a pin and it pinches your nose. I think that's how they do it for the V's.
I hope so. Maybe in real life, but not in that show.
Yeah, not in the show, no, no,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
real life with
In
real
real life,
mechanics,
I guess that makes
with real
sense.
gravity.
But I wanted to do that because he has a big sword and he has a V
Yeah,
visor and white hair. And people with white hair are hot. So that's why I'm assuming
yep,
the Witchers are hot.
yeah. That's why when we get ripped, we're all bleaching our hair, right?
Uh,
Dear listener, you're in with this, all right?
no, I don't know about that.
It's okay. It was a long stretch, I know.
Yee. No, I do want to dye my hair, all things considered. I just don't know how deep I want to go into that. I definitely want to do like a one and done, but me with white hair, that's such a big jump.
I know, but it would look so cool. Honestly, I feel like you look like a supervillain.
I am a villain. Hey, he's. I can imagine like the dialogue for that when they wrote it down. I am the villain, he said menacingly. uh,
But that's a good recommendation, though. I saw the clip. It did look really impressive for how old it was, too.
yeah, it's made by a single guy. He's just busting it out. It's really good. But what's your
Well,
recommendation?
I was gonna recommend I think it was gonna be a game, but you reminded me of a YouTuber, and so I'm recommending him again. Corey X Kenshin just posted a video. He's back. If you didn't know, he's back. He put out a 1 minute video, and literally the entire majority of it is that apparently he's releasing a manga series, and it looked really good. This little trailer, like a manga trailer, I liked it. But he's back, and so by the time the future hits, maybe a video of his will be out. But check it out because it's Corey X Kenshin.
I
I
saw
don't know how he
that in
does
my
it.
recommendations, but I never watched him. But I know he's really popular.
You you see, like Corey X Kenshin. I don't know what your comparison would be. He's like,
Is he like Germa? My Germa?
yeah, but like I only got into Corey X Kenshin like maybe a few years ago, and then I was like, oh my god, where's this been all my life? And I binged all of his content because like Germer for you probably makes you feel like very like homey. You know what I mean? Like sit back, like relatable.
Well, these days, yes, but back in the day, he was a comedy guy. Oh, he still was a comedy guy, but like
Yeah.
he watched Germa for the funnies. He's a funny guy.
That's pretty much Corey for the most part. It just feels very kind of like, yo, that's my friend right there. Very man, very like I don't know, very nostalgic kind of vibe he gives off. But he's back for another funny. We'll see what it is. But dang, he's been gone for a while. But yeah, that's my recommendation. Check him out if he comes out.
Well, I hope his manga's good.
Me too. Because I don't know, mangas are like, I don't know. You've been reading a lot of manga lately, so like you kind of know what a bad manga is now.
Oh
I
yeah,
probably couldn't tell you.
I guess I'll read this manga when it comes out. I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, tell me if it is coming out, cause I might purchase it, even
I
though I don't
am
like
the
purchasing.
designated manga reader, and Justin's the designated manhwa reader. And I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
I
explain
don't
the
know how I can
difference
read.
because if you know, you
Uh,
know. You can look it up. Present, past, future, dear listener.
no, dear listener, you know.
They know. They like anime. They're like us.
Yeah, but manga, it depends.
All right. Well, he likes it too.
I do, but it's political.
Yeah, we're yep. That's how this podcast starts. Political marriage situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Well, deal.
thanks for listening to this. We're not gonna discuss the game awards anymore after this because we already recapped it now. If we do bring it up again, it's pure coincidence.
So come back for next one where we talk about the Game Awards again.
Oh God.
Oh,
All right. Well, bye.
bye.